Think of Chef Chris Hastings like a doctor making house calls. Today he's visiting the Jones Valley Urban Farm.
Morning, Edwin. How you feeling, buddy?
Doing good. How about you?
Great.
In the heart of Birmingham, Alabama, this agricultural enterprise uses vacant land to grow 80 different types of fruits and vegetables. Today, Executive Director Edwin Marty shares some of his baby arugula with Chris.
But yeah, this was sort of just an experiment that we threw together this winter.
Chris buys produce from Valley Urban Farm, which in turn uses it for educational programs about food and farming for city kids.
So his continued support, buying from us week after week after week throughout the entire history of Jones Valley Farm, has made it possible basically for us to continue to grow, for us to continue to have income, to turn that over to our education programs.
Using locally grown produce when he can is part of Chris Hastings' culinary philosophy. Chris says it allows him to create tastier, seasonal dishes.
You get to taste the food there on the spot. You get to know about their history and whom they are. And it's just important to get to know those people.
And there's also a social benefit. Dollars stay right here in the local economy, helping out farmers like Arlie Powell at Chris's next stop, Petals of the Past Nursery.
Hey, Mr. Powell.
Good morning.
Today, Arlie is harvesting grapes.
And when this one gets this color, you can take that fruit, twist it one way, twist it the other, and it'll snap
Oh,
loose.
how about that? Look at that.
And you don't break the skin.
Providing local restaurants with fresh fruit in the spring and summer helps this nursery have a stable year-round income.
Restaurants are not going to take humongous amounts of fruit on any given day because of the demands of the restaurant, what they need. But when you supply them fresh fruit, and you can do it twice a week, and you have several restaurants involved, then you reach a point where it's monetarily of an advantage for you to do that. Plus, the people who eat in the restaurants see our name many times on some of the menus, and they inquire as to where the fruit came from. And we have any number of visitors that have been to Chris's restaurant that come to our place as a result of that.
Chris Hastings is the owner and chef at Hot and Hot Fish Club in Birmingham. He's been serving up a seasonal menu here since the restaurant opened in 1995. Of course, not everything served here is grown locally. That would be too limiting. But he maintains relationships with around 200 farmers in the southeast U.S. to buy as close to Birmingham as possible.
We're kind of in between two seasons. We're leaving summer and we're coming into fall. So we're living in both worlds. We'll take the arugula from Jones Valley, combine it with the persimmons from Petals from the Past to make a light salad.
Hastings shares his culinary philosophy beyond the walls of this restaurant. You can also find him hosting tours for foodie tourists along Florida's so-called Forgotten Coast in the Panhandle region. Guests get to spend the week harvesting clams, oysters, and fresh produce, and then Chris prepares a feast on the last night of their adventure. It's an opportunity for him to reconnect to his roots.
I go back to the time when I was a creek boy for the family. I'd go out every day, I'd crab, I'd fish, I'd dig clams, I'd seine shrimp, bring it back home to the table. My aunts would prepare the food that I'd caught along with the beautiful vegetables from the roadside stands.
Back in Birmingham, the food is prepared and the restaurant patrons have arrived.
We have baby Japanese eggplants.
And when the chef visits diners to check on their meals, it's also an opportunity to share the story beyond the dish.
And the small farmer is the one that's really winning from this. This and the chefs, and of course, the people at the end that win are the people that get to eat the good food.
For this Southern chef, a lifelong passion for cuisine has successfully paired with his philosophy on food and community.
We've become an important part of the food community and the community at large here. You know, we feel very lucky.
Of course, the diners here are the ones who get the best reward from this menu with meaning.